Hi you guys, it's Wendy coming to you with a project share. I've been working on some junk journals, and the idea is that my husband is having, along with a art co-op that he belongs to, every December they have a small affordable works of art show for Christmas. And it runs basically through the month of December, and it's meant so that people can pick up artsy things as Christmas presents. And so each of the artists that belong to the co-op can invite someone. And so he asked me if I wanted to have some things in the show. And so I'm going to put together some junk journals. I haven't figured out yet whether I want to leave the covers plain. Right now they're plain, but anyway, I've completed a couple of the insides of these. So this one is Books of the Century, and so I tried to make it neutrals. So I'll just do kind of a quick flip through. So I've got the Asian writing here, a playing card, a little baggie. There's nooks everywhere for writing. Here we have a card, sheet music. We have this embossed paper, crumpled up paper bag. We have this, which is a tuck spot, score pad for bridge. You have some canvasy like material. This actually came from the back of a fabric sample book that I got at a thrift store, and all of the images of the patterns on the fabric were black and white, so that was kind of nice. We have some parchment paper, and I've included some canceled stamps, some of this kind of delicate paper that has holes in it, some lips, velvety paper, some more of the paper bag, just lots of spaces for writing. Here we have a invitation that I got at a thrift store. We have some more material, a card, an ad for watches, this beautiful envelope. This came with those invitations that were back here. A little vellum embossed bag that I have a little journaling card in. Everything that has a tuck spot has something that you could write on. So this one's got a craft tag in it. Here's some of my National Geographic paper that I worked on with Citrusolve. We have some pressed paper with some little weeds, wildflowers in it. I've included some black and white photos here and there. Some embossing that somebody sent me with buttons on it. Half of a coloring page. Here we have an image of a horse. Here's one of those fabric samples I talked about. Inside some canvas paper. Just all kinds of things. Sheet music. We have an envelope and some more of the Citrusolve and the National Geographic. It's probably one of my favorite, aside from jelly printing. I think it's one of the cooler things you can do. It really creates an awesome effect. Here we have, from my scrapbooky days, some frames, see-through frames. There's a little tuck spot. There's some embossing. This cute little, she's been crowned homecoming queen or something. This came from a book on, I guess, writing for high school newspapers. Like this young girl. I think this is kind of a cool picture. It's been in my collection for a long time, and I think she's got this look. It's not really frustration, just sort of world weary or something. But I think she's a very sweet girl, and have lots of hope for her. Here's a Dollar Tree notepad. And here's some packaging. It's another black and white photo. This is one of my favorite things to do. I like to take tissue paper. A lot of people, I see them get the tissue paper out of whatever packaging that somebody sends them and they throw it away, and it makes me gasp. Because I actually like the crumpled tissue paper, and in fact I crumple it even more and stick it on adhesive, and I think it makes a really nice effect. Here we have some cellophane that came around some flowers once upon a time. It's kind of lace patterned. And a pocket I created. We have a card, and that's on top of more packaging. It's a jelly print. Here we have pattern to a skirt. This was from the post office. It's actually a priority envelope. It's Tyvek. To-do list from Target. This was a book cover. Some paint chips. Wrapping paper. Coloring book. Wallpaper. And a paper bag. Some wallpaper. And then this was from materials or tools for drafting. I just thought it was kind of interesting. I thought you could kind of journal on those lines. So I made this very journal heavy with lots of journaling spots, and every envelope and every pocket is filled with something you could write in. So I have that. And maybe I'll go ahead and show this one since I'm not too far. This one I did, I can tell I'm going to have to cover these because these light colored book covers already get kind of grungy. You can kind of see. Anyway, this one is in blues, and it's very collagey, very colorful. Again, it's filled with all kinds of spaces to write. A little pocket that I've created here. Here's a card. Lots of book pages in this envelope. Lots of little bits and pieces. There's a little tuck spot. It's a card. This was from a children's book, and I thought it was kind of nice to just see their hands on the map. Lots of natural images in here. Birds, wings. There's another tuck spot. One of the new things I did in this particular one is that I covered up my book edges that I like to make with the little bits and pieces that I cut off from each page. So that was kind of a fun discovery for me. This little pocket I made. Some poetry from a kid's book. Some handmade paper. Here's a tuck spot. Magazine pages. This was from some packaging. Very collagey. Lots of natural images. Lots of blues and greens and yellows. Here's one of my flight pattern maps. And this is the inside of a card. List pad from Dollar Tree. Some jelly printing. I always like to put the napkins down on the pages. I think that that is a nice effect to be able to see the text through the napkin. And this is one of my favorite pockets here with the painted papers that I worked on. This is a book on flight of birds, flight of planes, and I liked that pattern. And on the back, just the map. And we're back to the end. So yeah, those are a couple that I've created, and I'll have to do something obviously with the covers, because already, even with just my handling and working with them, you can see they're getting kind of grungy. So I'll figure out something to do with those covers, and haven't decided whether I want to make, do my normal lace thing along the binding or what I want to do. I did go ahead for this one, and I've got my tabs that I've been doing. I think that's kind of a fun little funky look. And then of course I didn't do it for this particular one. I left it kind of plain and tried to make it kind of simple and clean. But I'll definitely do something for the covers. But I just wanted to share kind of what I've been working on, among other things. And probably will be back with you in a day or so with a few other projects. I have several things I have to get out in Monday's mail. And so once I get those created, I will share those with you. So thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully you're doing well. Stay warm, and I'll talk to you next time. All right. Bye-bye.